Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the PMOT podcast. I'm your host, Andre Gordon, and with me I have.
Christian Hepburn.
Dane Fleming.
And Cedric Bedford.
So, our podcast really is about exploring the different types of leadership and their impact on individuals and organizations. So, today we are really talking about transformational leadership, a management philosophy that encourages and inspires employees to innovate and develop new ways to grow and improve the path to our company's future successes.
That sounds really interesting. Can you tell us more about what makes transformational leadership different from other leadership styles?
Definitely. So, transformational leaders are really generally energetic, enthusiastic, and passionate. They take control of situations by conveying a clear vision of the group's goals. These leaders have marked passion for the work and ability to make the rest of the group feel recharged and energized.
It sounds like these leaders really care about their employees and their success, but my main question is how do they go about supporting their team members?
That's a great question. So, transformational leaders focus on helping members of the group support one another and provide them with the support, guidance, and inspiration they need to work hard, perform well, and stay loyal to the group. The primary goals of transformational leaders are to inspire growth, promote loyalty, and instill confidence into group members. Right? So, Needle 2021 defined transformational leadership as a management philosophy that encourages and inspires employees to innovate and develop new ways to grow and improve the path to a company's future success.
Okay, I can see how this leadership style would be greatly effective in creating positive changes within an organization. My question is, do you have examples of successful transformational leaders?
Absolutely. So one example is Howard Schultz. Now Howard Schultz is the former CEO of Starbucks. Schultz was known for his passionate leadership style and his ability to inspire his employees to deliver exceptional customer service. He also focused on creating a company culture that valued diversity and social responsibility.
That's really impressive. It sounds like transformational leadership can have a significant impact on an organization's success.
Yes, definitely. So by using this method, executives give trusted employees the independence to make decisions and support new problem-solving ideas, right?
Yeah.
So it fosters a sense of innovation, really, and a collaboration within the company, which can lead to improved performance and increased employee satisfaction.
I wonder if there are any more recognizable figures who are often cited as examples of transformational leadership.
Yes, certainly. I could name a few. So, some more well-known figures who are often cited as examples of transformational leaders include Barack Obama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, and even Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple.
I can definitely see how they all fit the bill right there.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how transformation leaders they can fit so many different forms.
Right. So Barack Obama is known for his transformational approach to running his administration as well as unifying, motivating, and hopeful communication style.
And Nelson Mandela was famous for serving as a source of authentic inspiration.
Definitely.
The famous Oprah Winfrey is known for her charismatic, visionary, and inspirational leadership style.
And Steve Jobs was famous for his visionary leadership and transformation and transformed Apple into a leader in the technology industry.
Right. So all of these individuals were able to inspire others and create a sense of shared purpose and a vision among their followers.
Well, for me, it sounds certainly like these transformational leadership styles is a leadership style that would all strive to emulate.
Yes, I want to also add that the concept of transformational leadership was initially introduced by leadership expert and presidential biographer James McGregor Burns. So, according to Burns, transformational leadership can be seen when leaders and followers make each other advance to a higher level of moral and motivation.
That's really interesting point. It sounds like transformation leadership is focused on more than just achieving the results.
So guys, we'll be back after this quick message from our sponsors.
A tasty with it. Listen up, tasty is more than a patty shop. You can get everything for eat when time you stop. Breakfast, I love cocoa bread with egg. Lunchtime patty. If a deli sandwich, we got try a chicken sandwich or fish. It's a tasty deal that you can't miss, like fried chicken, barbecue chicken, nuggets, hot dogs, French fries from the kitchen. So if you feel hungry, we got food all day. Breakfast, lunch, just make your way to tasty. Everything tasty, tasty.
Welcome back to the PMOT podcast. So we'll be looking to continue our discussion.
Yeah. It sounds like transformational leadership is focused on more than just achieving results.
Yes, definitely. So through the strength of their vision and their personality, transformational leaders are able to inspire followers to change expectations, perceptions, and motivations to work towards common goals, right? So it's really about creating a shared sense of purpose and passion.
I think that's really powerful. How has the concept of transformational leadership evolved over time?
So that's another great question you have asked. So later, researcher Bernard M. Bass expanded upon Burns' original ideas to develop what is today referred to as Bass's transformational leadership theory. So according to Bass, transformational leadership can be defined based on the impact that it has on its followers. Transformational leaders, Bass suggested, garner trust, respect, and admiration from their followers.
That's extremely fascinating. So it's not just about the leader's personality or vision, but also about how they impact their followers.
Exactly. So it's about creating a culture of trust and respect that really inspires people to work towards the common goal.
I can see how this leadership style can be really effective in creating a positive work environment.
Yep. Bass also suggested that there were 4 different components of transformational leadership. So these 4 elements are essential for the success of the transformational leader.
What are these 4 elements?
So these 4 elements, I can start with the first one. So the first one is intellectual stimulation. So transformational leaders not only challenge the status quo, they also encourage creativity among followers. The leader encourages followers to explore new ways of doing things and new opportunities to learn.
That's very interesting. That makes so much sense. What's the second component?
So the second component is individualized consideration, right? So transformational leadership also involves supporting and encouraging individual followers. This is done to really foster a supportive relationship. Transformational leaders keep lines of communication open so that followers feel free to share ideas and so that leaders can offer immediate recognition of the unique contributions of each follower.
Andre, that
Yes.
sounds like a great way to make sure everyone is valued.
Yes, exactly. So I want to also go to the third component now, which is inspirational motivation. So transformational leaders have a clear vision that they can articulate to followers, right?
Yeah.
These leaders can also help followers to experience the same passion and motivation to fulfill these goals.
What would be the last component?
All right, so we're now at the final component. So this component is idealized influence, right? So the transformational leader serves as a role model for followers because followers trust and respect the leader. They emulate this individual and internalize their ideals.
That's a really powerful way to inspire and to motivate others.
Definitely. So absolutely, groups led by this type of leader tend to be both successful and loyal. They give a lot to the team and care deeply about the ability to accomplish its goals, right?
Yeah.
So turnover tends to be relatively low as transformational leaders can inspire a great deal of commitment within their followers.
I think it would be helpful to know what some typical signs of a transformational leader would be.
Alright, so that's another great point you have brought up, Ms. Hepburn. So, common characteristics of transformational leaders include being able to encourage others to communicate and participate, having active listening skills, and being adaptable.
Andre, that sounds really great and informative, but what about authenticity?
Alright, another great point there. So, yes, authenticity and genuineness are also key characteristics of a transformational leader. So, these leaders also tend to be very creative, emotionally intelligent, and very inspirational.
It sounds like they all have great qualities.
Yes, they certainly do. Some other characteristics include being open-minded, proactive problem solvers, and being very supportive.
That's a great list. Anything else you might add?
Yes, there's some more. Transformational leaders also have self-awareness, a willingness to take responsibility, and a willingness to take well-informed risks.
It takes a lot to be a transformational leader, but it sounds like the rewards are very worth it.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing all your valuable information with us, Andre.
It's amazing how transformational leadership can make such a huge impact.
That is true. That is so true. Yes, it is truly a powerful style of leadership. So, with everything good, there is some things that are bad though, right?
Yeah.
So, here are a few cons of transformational leaderships. So, let's start with the first point, which is transformational leadership prioritizes long-term goals over short-term goals.
Yes, that is right. While transformational leadership emphasizes the long-term goals of a project, it may not focus on achieving short-term objectives. This can be less structured in how it works towards long-term goals. However, leaders can balance their focus by using management strategies in combination with transformational leadership. For example, setting short-term goals can provide direction for meeting project milestones while supporting member contributions and empowering them to define their own objectives.
Definitely, that all of that is so correct. But transformational leadership also increases the potential for burnout.
Absolutely right. Transformational leaders often encourage their employees to grow professionally and to meet high standard of a performance and productivity. This can lead to employees experiencing burnout. It's important for leaders to account for how their members can achieve a healthy work-life balance. By emphasizing balance, employees can work towards their professional goals while upholding their personal needs and obligations through support of their leaders.
Definitely. That is also true. But there's also another con of transformational leadership. It is a leadership style that often requires continuous communication, right?
Yeah, that's right. Transformational leadership requires effective communication to maintain. This may be challenging for leaders trying to manage multiple responsibilities. While this may be effective for small teams or teams in industries where all members collaborate frequently, it may be less practicable in other types of workplace. Leaders should consider their workplace and their team's working style to determine the right communication method for their needs.
Right. That's so right. So, final point I want to bring about the cons of transformational leadership is that of the slow decision-making processes. Ms. Hepburn, you have any comments on this?
That's a really valid concern. This style of leadership may slow the decision-making process because decisions often involve gaining input from all members of a work team. While having insight from all members of a work team can provide valuable perspectives, it may not be practical for every decision. Leaders using a transformational style may need to assess when to invite group participation in decision-making and when to decide on behalf of their teams.
This has been a really insightful conversation. Thanks for sharing all of this information about transformational leadership with us.
Definitely, guys. It was great having you all. Thanks for joining me today. I also want to thank our sponsors, Tasty's,
Yeah.
for their great contribution to this podcast. And I'm really looking forward to our next discussion. But for today, that's all the time we have. So I want to thank you all for joining us, right? So today we explored the power of transformational leadership, and I want you to join us next time as we continue to explore different leadership styles and their impact on organizations. This has been the PMO T podcast. Good night.
Thank you.